just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. You made my feet, you made my hands, you made me sing and you made me dance, 'cause your love is all around me, and your love is so astounding. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. Here we go, break it down now. Everything you created with your imagination is wonderful and good, wonderful and good. You're my inspiration beyond all explanation. You're wonderful and good, you're wonderful and good. Everything you created with your imagination is wonderful and good, wonderful and good. You're my inspiration beyond all explanation. You're wonderful and good, you're wonderful and good. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful.
Hey guys, so Jess and I here, just sitting here. We're debating a video. We need a video. And we don't want to do just a plain old video. We want an adventure this week.
A really epic adventure.
Really. We want to do
Crazy.
something fun.
Wild.
Because we've been talking about digging for wisdom. So, you know what? Why don't we go to the zoo?
That's a good idea. I think we can find some animals that might be some good diggers.
Oh, that would be fun. Let's look for some diggers while we're there.
Yeah.
Because last week we were talking about someone who was looking and digging for wisdom. It was Solomon in our Bible story last week. And he actually prayed and asked.
God for wisdom.
Right.
And he got it.
Right. And then he had a son.
Rehoboam.
Rehoboam. He wasn't quite as wise as his father because his father gave him wise counsel and he didn't listen to it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no was right. So actually we're going to watch that video soon and we're going to actually go on a little adventure to the zoo and we're going to talk more about God's wisdom and dig it.
Dear God, when I decided to be a babysitter to pick up some extra money, I really thought it would be easy. It wasn't. After my first job, I was ready to quit. When Mom sent me the info for a class about babysitting, I was like, I don't need a class. I've been babysitting my little brother since forever. But after I thought about it, I wondered, what if there were still some things I didn't know? I mean, you don't know what you don't know, right? So I signed up. They gave me a checklist and some great ideas. Now I ask better questions about allergies and what the kids like to do for fun. And I learned to pack a bag with basic cleaning supplies and something fun for the kids to play. I made a whole babysitting kit. Next week, I'm even going to be certified in CPR. After my next job, the family told another one, and another one, and another one. I have more babysitting jobs than I know what to do with. God, thanks for the opportunity. Help me to keep learning and growing. Love, Laura.
Hello Kids World, it's Miss Maya here to read the Bible verse of the month with you. Let's all grab our Bibles and flip to the book of James. Have you got it? All right, let's read it together. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. All month long, we've been learning about where wisdom comes from and our relationship with God. I don't know about you, but I think I have a better understanding of what it means to be wise and where to get wisdom. Did you know that who we spend the most time with will have the big impact on the types of decisions we make? Let's take a look at our Bible story to find out what might happen when we hang out with people who aren't as wise. And remember, God's word is truth.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 10.
For over 40 years, King Solomon ruled over Israel. During that time, he did some pretty amazing things, like building a breathtaking temple for the Lord and a beautiful palace for himself. He received visitors from all over the world. He shared with others the wisdom God had given him. Much of this wisdom can be found in the book of Proverbs, including this advice on how to gain wisdom.
Walk with wise people and become wise. A companion of foolish people suffers harm.
Unfortunately, Solomon's son Rehoboam did not pay attention to his father's words. He believed his way was best. And when Solomon died, Rehoboam became king of Israel.
All hail King Rehoboam! Wow, check me out! Golden crown, spiffy palace, this is the life.
Though the kingdom was strong under Solomon, he made the people work extremely hard. Now the Israelites wanted to see how this new king would treat them. Led by a man named Jeroboam, they came to see the king.
Hey, you stole my name.
It's Jeroboam, not Rehoboam.
Whatevs, Jer. Now what do you want?
Your father made us work very hard. Let us take more breaks and we'll serve you well.
Sounds like you want to slack off.
We just need a little more vacay time. Then we'll be ready to give it all we got.
Well, come back in 3 days, Jer.
Jeroboam and the Israelites left. Rehoboam paced the floor, trying to come up with a good answer.
Yeah? No. Maybe?
Many times when Solomon needed wisdom, he asked God for it. Rehoboam didn't bother to talk to God, but he did at least talk to his father's wise advisors.
The people want me to give them a break so they don't have to work so hard. What do you say?
Be kind to them.
Absolutely. Give them what they're asking for.
You'll win their loyalty that way. Then they will serve you well.
Huh.
Instead of taking the advice of these wise men, Rehoboam decided to ask his buddies, the guys he had grown up with. He found them eating honey cakes and debating racing chariots.
Gotta go with gold rims is what I say.
Nah, gold is all show. You have to add some diamonds for traction.
Hey, guys.
Yo.
What is up, my man?
People want me to give them a break so they don't have to work so hard. What do you say?
Oh, this is good. You get to do the real king stuff now.
You gotta show them who's boss.
They think your dad was tough? Tell them my pinky finger's stronger than my daddy's legs.
Yeah, and my dad gave you a heavy load, but you haven't seen nothing yet. I am gonna lay it on you.
Rehoboam frowned. He thought hard. For 2 whole seconds.
Whoa! You guys are good. I'm totally doing that.
After 3 days, Jeroboam and the Israelites with him returned.
Hey, Jer.
Your Majesty, will you lighten the heavy workload your father gave us?
My pinky finger is stronger than my father's legs. My father put a heavy load on your shoulders, but I'll make it even heavier. My father punished stragglers. I'll double it up.
Rehoboam finished with a flourish. He waited for people to tremble and bow low.
Are you kidding me?
Jeroboam turned to the Israelites.
We don't want anything to do with this joker or the rest of David's family. Let's go back to our homes and start our own kingdom.
Yeah! Hey, wait! No, you can't do that. I'm in charge.
Yeah, you're in charge of yourself. Good luck with that.
Jeroboam and the men with him marched out and returned to their homes. From that day, the nation was split into 2 kingdoms. Rehoboam still ruled in Judah, but Jeroboam was made king of Israel.
Totally not my fault.
Rehoboam failed to listen to his father's own words. Walk with wise people and become wise. A companion of foolish people suffers harm. Rehoboam's foolishness nearly cost him all of the kingdom.
So guys, we're at the zoo.
We are at the zoo.
We're super excited because all month long we've been talking about Dig It, where we're digging for wisdom. And so what we thought we'd do today is we would go to the zoo and look for some
Diggers.
diggers.
Diggers. Animals that dig. There must be some here, right?
There's gotta be some. Let's go take a look.
Let's go see what we can
Okay,
find.
let's see what we
Let's
can
go.
find. Okay. We've made it to the flamingos. Can you stand like a flamingo?
Like this?
Yeah. Do they dig? Let's ask them. Excuse me, Mr. Flamingo.
Hello.
Excuse me, sir. But do you dig?
Or ma'am.
Or ma'am. Or ma'am, do you dig?
I don't think they're very good diggers. They're
No.
good swimmers, though. Look at them
This
go.
is true. I need some diggers.
No diggers.
Diggers. Excuse me, are you a digger? Can you dig? I'm looking for diggers today.
This guy.
You probably can't see him.
There's a guy over there, and he's digging. Look at him. See? He dug himself a little burrow. There's the digger.
There's the digger. Excuse me, sir.
And ma'am.
And ma'am. They're not very active.
They aren't. It's quite early. But I don't see any digging going on. There's
This
lots
is true.
of rope
There's a
for
lot
them
of grass.
to kind of jump around on.
Oh, he lifted his legs like a flamingo. He's a fancy stork.
He's trying to be a flamingo. He's seen them.
Look. He's doing the fancy. He's trying to look pretty for you, Jess. Hey guys, actually, we stopped a zoo worker, and who are you?
I'm Luke.
Luke, can you direct us to anything that might dig at the zoo?
Anything that might dig?
Yes.
You got the sulcata tortoises.
Ooh, where are they?
They're just about a kilometer down that way.
Okay.
The wolves, same area. And, let me think, meerkats.
Ooh,
there
and
we
the
go.
meerkat. Okay, so we have meerkats, wolves, and
Sulcata tortoises.
the tortoises we gotta go look for. Okay,
Let's go see if we can
thank you
find
for the
them.
directions, sir. We will head that way. Thank you. I love how he just hangs there. He just dangles.
I wonder how long you could do that for.
Is this how they hang like this? How long do you think I could last? I don't think I could last like the gibbon. I think I need stronger muscles. Here is a digger, and we know he digs for sure. And actually, we could learn something from him because he is super slow.
Relatively. Yeah.
Relatively
They're
slow.
pretty slow.
And when we're trying to make wise choices, one of the good things to do is to stop, slow down,
Think about it.
think about it, pray about it
Yep.
before you make a choice. Making wise choices, it's not just jumping in and going and doing it. We actually need to stop, slow down, and think.
Just like this guy.
Just like this
Just
slow
take your
little guy.
time.
Do you slow down when you make choices? Make wise choices, buddy. You ready?
No.
On your mark, get set, go! I win! Okay, actually, guys, I found somebody else to stop to talk to. And you are?
I am James the zookeeper.
James the zookeeper. James, is there any wise animals?
I would say owls are wise.
Owls are wise. Is there anything else that's wise, do you think?
Elephants are wise.
Okay, so tell me, why are elephants wise?
Well, they say elephants never forget, so they can learn from their mistakes.
Ooh. Ooh, that one's good. I'm gonna have to use that later. Thank you, sir, zookeeper.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So my nephew, he's the first guy we talked to, one of the zoo staff. He was telling us about the wolves. They like to dig. Let's take a look. I hear these guys can dig.
They are built for digging.
And they actually have lots of friends, which actually brings us to what we were going to talk about today, a little bit about making wise choices in your
friendships.
Right. So
Who you hang out with.
you actually have some really great friends.
I do have some really great friends.
So what made you choose the friends that you did?
Well, I went to a small group. They were in my small group. We became really close friends because we all have the same beliefs. We're all Christians. We all try to follow Jesus as best we can and to follow the rules in the Bible.
Right, and so that's actually great because when we have friends that also believe in God and are Christians, then we can actually learn from one another.
Exactly. Makes it a lot easier.
Right, and when we're making choices, and with choices that we have to make, wise choices, we can even talk to our friends
and get some advice on what to do.
Right.
Because if they're in the Bible and they follow Jesus, they should have some good advice.
Exactly. Sometimes if we find some older friends that are wiser and have had even more experience than we have. Actually, I love what our zookeeper told us earlier when he was talking about elephants. What did he say?
He said they have great memories, so they can learn from their mistakes that they've made because they remember everything.
Right, so I think that's really cool.
It is.
Because when we can learn from our mistakes too. God uses things in our life, things that are hard, and he uses those also to help us to become wise. Somebody stop to say hello. Have you made good friends? Have you made wise friends?
Yeah.
Are you smart? We've been digging, because remember what we're talking about. We're talking about digging, and we're talking about dig it. So actually, let's take a look in the Bible. I brought one with me. I brought a Bible to the zoo. Proverbs
13:20.
Yes, Proverbs.
You got it.
It's right beside Psalm. So 13.
Old Testament.
Verse. Actually, do you want to read it?
Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm.
Ooh, so what do you think that means, Miss Jess?
I think it means that when you spend your time with people who are wise, you're going to become more wise. But if you spend time with people who aren't so wise and make foolish decisions, that could happen to you too.
Right, yeah. And that's why making good friends, wise choices in our friends is important.
Exactly.
And actually, so let's talk one thing. So we talk about someone who's smart and someone who is wise. There's a difference, right?
There is a difference.
Okay, so let's use an example. Okay, so I'm smart. I can count my money, okay? There's 25, 50, 60, 65, 50 is 115, right? $1.15.
Right, exactly.
So $1.15. I'm smart. I
Very
can
smart.
count my money.
But do you know what to do with it?
Right. So what will be how am I wise with my money?
Exactly. What are you going to spend your money on? Are you going to save it? Are you going to go spend it on something that you might not want in the next day?
And maybe spend some of this by giving it back to God, giving it as an offering. So I can be smart and I know how to, count money, but to be wise, I need to know how to spend money. But guys, we're going to keep taking a look at a few more things. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've come to the caimans. It's not quite a crocodile, it's not quite an alligator, but actually, when I was somewhere before, I held an alligator in my hands. So exciting. Oh look, the meerkats are snooping. Barn owls. They say they're wise. I wonder
I've
why
heard
they
that.
say they're wise though, the wise old owl, but why?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, everyone just says the wise old owl.
And
I
we
mean,
just
even
go with
James, our zookeeper, said the wise old owl.
Yeah, you can explain that one though. He explained the elephant.
He did.
But not the owl. They look wise.
Oh, so the foxes. I don't seem to see any.
I don't
But
see any foxes.
He said one of these.
Are very good diggers.
Yes, and actually, I have heard that they're actually quite clever too.
I have heard that they're very clever.
So, when we're making wise choices, I think there's things that we need to do, a bunch of things. We need to talk to people we trust, other wise people. We need to read God's word. We need to pray. We need to be clever, like a fox.
Right.
When we're digging for wisdom, and stop and think, like we talked about with our tortoise, and with our meerkat, where we're talking about with making wise choices with our friends who we ask advice for.
So you're saying we can't just use one of those methods? We can't just be clever or have good friends? We have to have like all of them?
Yeah, we need to take all of them into account. We need to take reading God's word and praying and asking God and our friends, because our friends still, they're not perfect. The only one who's perfect is God himself, and he is the one who has the best answers where we're making wise choices. So being clever like these foxes, who don't seem to be here at the moment.
But that could be pretty clever because it is very hot.
It is.
They made the right choice here.
And hiding and getting out of the heat. So we've been checking out a lot of animals today who love to dig. But what I want you to do is I want you to dig for God's wisdom. I want you to dig in God's word, the Bible. I want you to dig deep by talking to trusted Christian people who you know and trust and who are wise. I want you to stop and slow down when you're making wise choices, because the best choices are the ones that God has for us. Those wise, godly choices. So stop and think. Slow down when you're making a choice. Don't just jump into it. Make some good, wise choices. Like I said in our Bible verse today that we talked about earlier. But what we're going to do is we're going to watch a couple more videos. Then we're going to have to say goodbye. Let's take a look.
Who we spend time with will play a huge part in our decisions that we make every single day, especially our friends. Because we follow Jesus, we need to be sure we have friends who bring us closer to Jesus and who make our relationship with Him stronger. Who do you hang out with? Do they help your relationship with Jesus? I hope they do, so that you can build each other up in faith and in wisdom. But if your friends don't do that, they may not be the best company to be around. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be friends with them. That just means that you shouldn't spend as much time with them. You should hang out with people who also follow Jesus, so you can build each other up in wisdom and faith. As we close off the series, I encourage you to surround yourself with people who build you up and make you better followers of Jesus. Remember to keep on searching for wisdom in everything you do. See you next time, Kids World.
Well, we were here at the zoo enjoying a day of looking for diggers. So let's end on one of my favorites.
The goats?
The goats. I love the goats.
They're so excited.
Hello, guys. We were looking for diggers.
And we found some. We found lots.
We did. We found lots of diggers as we look for and dig deep into God's word, looking for wisdom, you guys. Here. We didn't get any. Well, guys, we had fun at the zoo today with you. We'll see you later. See ya.
Bye.
Whenever I need some answers, God, I turn to you. You are my help when I need wisdom. You always see me through. To know that you're chasing after me, it makes me wanna run to where you are. God, you make this journey worth it. I give you all my heart. When I don't know